What's up, guys? Welcome back to this channel. We are stocking the store, or welcome to this channel if you're new. We are stocking our grocery store. If you're new here, me and Felicia, we run this channel as we run this grocery store. If you're ever into small business, personal finance, that's what we do on this channel. And if you'd like any of that, please subscribe down below. We try our best to bring you some value, some knowledge into the life of a self-employed entrepreneur or small business owner, if you will. We'd like to give you guys the inside scoop on running your own small business, like a cafe, small restaurant, or in our case, a retail store that we've been trying to grow for the past 3.5 years. It's has a lot of ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster around here. And yeah, we're trying to keep it light but realistic. So yeah, let's get into this video. It seems like a lot of these videos, I highlight some of the bad things that happen in this store, but it's just a reality. You know, I don't want to give you guys all, you know, sunshine and rainbows all the time, because that's just not how life works. You know, you get up, you go to work, you go home, repeat. It's just like that for a small business owner, same thing. And then there's some other things that happen during the day, like dealing with customers, or, you know, an olive oil shelf tipping over in the middle of the night. So that's amazing. Let's just get into that and let's see what happens. Yeah, the universe has been testing me, guys. It's really saying, why do you deserve to be here? Why do you think you should be running a store like this? And when you look back in 20 years and you have, you know, $1 million in sales in 1 month, you're gonna look back on these bottles of olive oil and thinking it was a big problem, that you're gonna laugh at it because it was just you and your wife and you guys thought it was the end of the world. Or really, that problem seems minimal to the things you really have to deal with now, because anytime a problem happens, it seems like the end of the world. But looking back on it 2-3 years even, you're like, why did I think that was a big deal? You know, we've done so much, and that's just a small fragment of what's going on in the bigger picture. And that's what this video is all about. How to focus on the big picture when the day by day seems to be, you know, kind of stale. So we've added shelf by shelf, piece by piece. We built this store out from the ground up. Everything is going, you know, in life, when everything's kind of going on a up and down, but a oscillating up and down trajectory towards the better future that we're all trying to achieve. Well, let's just say, you know, it's going up and down like a wave, right? And you're still going in a slight upward trajectory. Right now, it seems like the last few videos were on that downturn, waiting for that increase. So yeah, we put these shelves all together. You know, everything was good for 3 years. And unfortunately, we walked in on Sunday morning.
I'm gonna give you the real story before Ray decides to twist it all up for you and, you know, just make it seem like it was not as big of a deal as it is. But we come in, it happened a couple days ago on Saturday, and we get here. I open the door first. It's so dark in here, and I just smell a real Italian salad, you know, oil, vinegar mixed together. I'm like, something's wrong. It should not smell like this. And this strong too. And I look straight ahead, so like down this aisle, and I just see shiny glass, everything all over the place. And I walk closer.
You think this will work?
And no.
And yeah, this shelf over here, this shelf and this one were completely toppled over. And if anyone's ever cleaned up olive oil, I can tell you it's one of the worst, hardest things to clean up, because it doesn't get soaked up with a mop or water, or you can't just kind of, you know, pick it up like you would a normal liquid. It's just slippery for hours on end, unless you find, you know, the right absorbent or sawdust to clean it up. And then there's glass involved, but that's okay, you know, if it happens at the end of our day. But this happened at the Gary, the very beginning of our day, right before customers were about to walk in, and we're usually, quite slow as soon as we walk in, as soon as we open our doors. The first half hour is pretty slow. For this day, though, this day that this happened, I swear to whoever's up there that we had 3-4 people waiting to come in, and we had olive oil all down this aisle here, and we're looking for absorbent sawdust. I looked up online how to clean it up, and yeah, we let the people in, obviously, but it was a lot of dabbing and everything in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then we mopped it up 4 or 5 times. It was just one of those days. And I give you realistic things that will happen when you open up your own business, because this is something I didn't ever really expect to happen in my life. I never thought I'd be cleaning up 60 bottles of olive oil or whatever, vinegar, whatever was added in there, apple cider vinegar. I mean, the store smelled good, but at the same time, we lost probably a good $1,000 on this day. So yeah, that's just one of my realistic examples that I wanted to tell you guys, and it really tests you, if you really want to keep going when you're cleaning up olive oil off the ground that you've already purchased and paid for. Not just one bottle. One bottle would be fine. I can manage it. 30, 40 bottles plus vinegar and everything else, it really tests your patience.
So Ray told you his story. All that's great, but his reaction was not the best. I was pretty calm and collective. I just knew in my head, we have to get this fixed and ready and open all in 20 minutes. Ray was going crazy. It's weird because I know we lost money, but I reacted a lot better than he did.
I didn't react like crazy though. I said I was pissed, like any normal person would.
Yeah, he was swearing a lot, and I was in my head too. But I was more in, okay, we gotta clean this up because we open in 20 minutes. He was just more of my bottles broke.
I said let's wait a half hour. Put a sign on the door.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want anyone to slip and fall.
And we couldn't though, because literally 10 o'clock came around and we actually had the door open for it to just kind of air out a bit. And people it was probably one of the busiest Saturdays we've had, opening at 10. And it was just nuts.
And I hope you guys like my signature move. I walk onto the camera now, so I've always done that, so you can kind of see the store. Gives you that perspective. We can add some B-roll to these videos and, make them all cool with music. And, I say something and then boom, 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 it goes to a techno remix of David Guetta's, I don't even know a song of his off the top of my head. But you know what I'm saying. But I like to keep these raw, off the cuff. We just talk, tell you what's going on for the week. And hopefully everybody's growing together in this small community of small business owners that we've created. Yeah. So let's give you the bigger picture here of what's been going on behind the scenes. And to be honest with you guys, in other good news this time, we've added some new local products from local vendors that are bound to bring in traffic because they have a good following in our city. Anytime you open a small business in whatever city you're in, I highly suggest to connect with all your small businesses in, sorry, there's people just waiting at the door. We've been closed every Monday. I'm just gonna go say hello because, I wanna be that good business owner and let them know we're closed every Monday. I'm not sure how they don't know this yet. It's been almost 4 years of this, but yeah. So anyways, when you connect with local businesses, they promote you. If you can sell some of their products in your store or your restaurant, they have their own following. They'll bring in their own, customers who live in, this area. For example, we have, a local sauce that's being made by a restaurant that has its own following, that people love their sauce so much. And if they want to make something like that at home, they'll come and grab it from our store. We do a lot of local, vendors like pierogies or farmers that have followings that drive traffic towards our store that normally wouldn't come in because they just aren't interested, but they may pick up the thing they came in for, they may pick up something else. So I highly suggest, and I probably have said this in other videos, connect with other small businesses and hopefully you can carry some of their products, and you'll find that they bring in their own traffic. We even have like local vegan donuts that people make for us that drive traffic to our store. They may pick up other vegan things that may have never known we've existed until they found that we carry the product that they've been after on this side of town, for example. So that's some positive news that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm not sure why I just flexed. Yeah, that's good. So in times like this, and weeks like this, months like this, whatever, how long they last, of kind of that downturn that I mentioned, a downturn hopefully for the up curve as well. It's going to be a roller coaster with your sales, your emotions, your willpower, your drive to actually work. It's all one big roller coaster that you're going to be managing day by day. And the one saying I can tell you to really keep going and stick with it is you just gotta do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to keep your doors open, to keep yourself making decent sales. Whatever it takes is what you gotta do. And I can't tell you specifically what situation, and it seems so simplified that you may not take it seriously, but it truthfully is, as an entrepreneur, you really need to do whatever it takes to keep going. And I like to look at the bigger picture sometimes, that statistically speaking, a lot of these small businesses like this end up, failing and going out of business within 1 or 2 years. And we're still here almost into 4 years. We've never really struggled to pay any of our bills. We actually take a small salary from this place. We were able to buy, our condo that you may have seen in another video through this store. So, no matter how many olive oil bottles fall on this ground, I mean, okay, if it's 10,000, yeah, we're going to go out of business, because I don't even know why I have that example, but you know what I'm saying. No matter, if we walk into a cooler broken or an upgrade needed to be made, or olive oils on the bottles of olive oil on the ground, the bigger picture is we're still standing, we're still here. We even have the option to, we have the thought and the options to expand this place. So we really want to count our blessings and stop looking at the day-to-day negatives that, I keep seeing and focusing on, like, when you lose $1,000 worth of olive oil in one day and then you have to work the rest of the day, it doesn't mean you're going to make that money back. You're working for free at that point, essentially, for the day. So that's just kind of the bigger picture I like to focus on, because if you've seen my last few videos, they've been on more of the negative swing of things, and that's just the reality. Life's not going to be perfect. Business is definitely not going to be perfect. The business world is a scary, very dog-eat-dog world that you have to manage and function, and that's unfortunately, that way everyone has to learn. And every small business has some humble beginnings. These are ours, and we're dealing with them through these videos and as best as possible. That wraps up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed our story time. That apparently Felicia had the real story and I didn't. But yeah, the main point of telling you guys that was to look at the bigger picture. Try not to sweat the small stuff and the small things that happen day to day. Just make sure you're on that upward trajectory in your business. There's gonna be shit that happens. I'm always sort of like worried about swearing on YouTube because they may demonetize, but I think that's fine. So Felicia's clearly shutting all the lights down. We are about to leave. We spend a couple hours here every Monday just to go over inventory, fill things up, reorder the things we need, check dates and everything like that. And that's the day-to-day stuff, and we're hoping you guys grasp that it's all about looking at the bigger picture. Especially in a small business like this, where things can really start to feel like you created your own prison, but eventually you're hoping to expand, grow, and prosper into a more fulfilling future, we'll say. Have a good day, enjoy yourself, and stay beautiful.